Hello and welcome to Scrolling with Ceazor. Today is June 26, 2026. Okay, so we've got green candles today, which is nice. Gold pumped to how much? 1.5%, 1.6. ETH is up just less than 1%. But yeah, still looks pretty terrible down here at the bottom. I'm not even like tracking my lines properly anymore, but I'm pretty sure I did move down around here. But anyways, whatever. Gold. BTC looking pretty bad too, bouncing around at that top bottom. Sonic didn't even get a green candle on the day. Hype looking okay inside this range here. There's something I did want to look. Yeah, so way out of range on that shit. So I did a concentrated liquidity position a little while ago on Arrow to try to get some Arrow tokens, but yeah, it's way out of range. So I'm just sitting all in ETH right now. I'll have to consider that later today. Let's get over to the news. As always, this is not financial advice. This is just my own degen biased opinions. Let's get into the tweets. So the first tweet here we have from Liquidity. Liquidity is talking here about Bold doesn't have any kind of continuous due diligence. What is it talking about? So Bold is immutable, only 3 collaterals, ETH only, on-chain only. All collaterals have 4.5 years of track records, no governance, no changes, nothing about, if you hold Bold, you will always hold the same risk that you currently hold right now, which is fantastic. Other stable coins have, dozens of collaterals to track. Governance can add risk overnight, so they can just add collateral, a lot of them, like just overnight. Like you just wake up the next morning and now you're exposed to some strange stablecoin loop or something like that, right? Constant due diligence is required. That's not the case with Liquidity. Michael has replied to this with a deeper thought in this. He's like, do you know what the collateral backing your stable yield is? No? Then you're not earning yield. You're selling an option on someone else's governance vote. You're being paid a thin premium to underwrite this tail risk. I'm not exactly sure if I understand him completely, but the way I kind of think of it, what he's trying to say here, or what I understand he's saying, is that you're being paid a small APR to create an upgradable system's legitimacy, to allow a system that is upgradable to be considered legitimate because it has users and TVL, and they're paying you a small fee for that. That's kind of what I get from what he's saying. So you have to kind of think about this. I'm not saying that like adding collaterals is a terrible thing, because it allows projects to adapt to the market conditions, and sometimes new collaterals are pristine and worth being added as collateral. But in a position, I'd much rather be in a position that I know they're not going to add some shit to it as collateral, than having one that I constantly have to watch and make sure they haven't added something sus or suspicious and stuff. So that's kind of the point of this tweet here. Consider it. Moving on to another stable coin, we have CAP, CUSD. They've dropped their coin, CAP. So people, there's not a whole lot here going on. The chart looks like this. If you want to participate in it, you can. Basically, the only way to get this coin right now is to buy it from the market, or to have purchased it with these like options that on Uniswap that I didn't actually know about. But anyhow, that was that. So if you are farming points, then you're going to get stable coins pretty soon. They're going to do like a stable coin airdrop. So that's going to happen pretty soon. So you keep your eyes out for that if you're a point farmer. Now, if you want to speculate on this token, then by all means, hop in there and check it out. It's lots of due diligence there. Do your due diligence and all that. Okay, moving on to Frax. Frax has a new paykeeper pool with Vetro.org, the treasury layer for dollar-denominated assets. It looks pretty new. I don't know what this is. I should probably check it out. But again, it's a VUSD stablecoin. So they've produced some sort of stablecoin, and they've decided to use FRXUSD as their other side of liquidity. So fantastic. Keep going, Frax. Keep getting lots and lots and lots of peg keeper pools going. That's what I like to see. Okay, Ramses has tweeted out something kind of funny today. He says, "Dear Kramer, please stop talking about RAM. Thank you, the RAM team." He's talking about like RAM, like, you know, like the memory, right, going up in value and stuff like that. And he's just like, they're just shit posting on him, which is kind of funny. This is interesting. Okay, so CBB. So he says, "Being a crypto founder is wild. For years, people hang on every word you say. You low-key start feeling special, almost godly, yeah. Then TG happens and suddenly nobody gives a single F what your thoughts are anymore." That happens a lot. There's a little bit even worse case scenario where everyone just starts questioning your decisions and being like, "Why aren't I rich? I replied to your posts for months on Twitter. I bought your pre-sale and now I'm not rich." So that's even worse, I guess. But it is pretty true that like it kind of, people are like really fickle. They don't really have loyalty or care about the people. They just want the opportunity, and if they push that person into onto the pedestal, then their bags might pump. So anyways, that's that. Moving on. L2 Beat says, there's a Tornado Cash DAO proposal right now that's suspicious, and they're saying, you know, people at Tornado Cash and Tornado DAO should take a look at this. I don't know what it is. I'm not part of this DAO. I've never even used Tornado Cash. But I didn't know that they actually even had a DAO, but I've asked around a little bit, and I found out that they've got a DAO to run like the front end and stuff like this, and maybe collect some fees and all that. But so it's kind of looking like some proposal is trying to drain the treasury of the money there. So if you're a Tornado DAO person, check that out. So this is pretty significant. So take a look at this. Hyperliquid has shifted 5.4 billion USDC from its Arbitrum bridge contract into Hyper EVM, making it the third largest USDC chain ahead of Base. With a collaboration with Coinbase, 85% of that sits in a single Coinbase wallet. So that's pretty crazy. In this tiny span of time, they basically just took everyone's deposits and moved it from Arbitrum over to Hyper EVM, and now all that money is just sitting in Hyper EVM. I don't see it is a huge problem. Obviously, it's not great for Arbitrum. Their TVL went down $5 billion, but Arbitrum wasn't really taking part in the Hyperliquid. It was just like a port, right? It just happened to be the stop off port for that. And I understand Hyperliquid doing it. It's a little bit scary that they were able to move $5 billion from one chain to another without asking people to migrate. But I guess that's what you get when you have multi-sig layer 2s or layer 1s, and people can just upgrade shit and change shit for you, right? So I don't think most people care, long as USDC, long as that number sits in their UI and they can continue to bet on their perps. I think that's pretty much all people care about for the most part. So that's that. So Gustav is he's a little bit scared. So he's like, let's see if they'll hold the promise and stop at 6 million ETH, 5% of ETH supply. So Bitminer is continuing to grow. They're at 5.6 million ETH. I saw something today about them staking a lot of it too. And, we were worried about Lido. And now, Bitmine has significant, almost, I think it was half the staked ETH that Lido has, but they're only running 2 or 3 validators. So that's happened. Last thing today for the news is Base is was halted. I did see a longer tweet. I should probably try to find it quick. Where was it? I probably won't be able to find it in time. So yeah, so base basically halted yesterday and turned off for a little while. And yeah. So here it is here. So here we go. So base was down for almost 2 hours. The reason is the whole story. One bad block and nobody else to keep the chain alive. A single consensus bug sequenced one invalid block. The key part here, the entire network choked off, no backup producer. Oh, here it is. Base runs a single sequencer. So when that one machine choked up, the entire network choked up. So yeah. So hopefully they'll fix that. Hopefully they've learned that lesson, and that people will push them to have several sequencers or some sort of decentralized. They're never going to have a decentralized sequencer system, but some sort of like backup features or other sequencers to, even if they're run all by Coinbase. Anyhow, so that's that. So. Interesting, need to know stuff. You can check it out. That's it for today. I hope this is interesting and useful. Thank you and goodbye.